Before I entered high school, I never took film that seriously. I just watched whatever I could see and not think about it too much. Even when I went to see a movie in theaters, I never thought it was that big of a deal. But then I met a really good friend who showed me the first two Terminator movies. I saw something in film that I never thought I saw before. Emotional engagement. Where I started to get sucked into the story and characters and the world they are in. I later decided to go to film class and saw other films like 2001: A Space Odyssey, Donnie Darko, and Being There. I then decided to make it my goal to only watch good movies or films that most people have seen and loved. You name it. Big blockbusters, underrated, cult classics. Doing this, I started to realize a few films that I've seen in the past don't hold up as well. And I do mean a few, because my brother was smart enough to make sure I didn't grow up with a lot of garbage. But then there were those movies that either went straight to TV or home video. These tend to have a bad rap, mostly because of those cheaply made Disney sequels. Truth be told, I think they do deserve a place in being judged as films. With video on demand and streaming services being massively popular, it's no wonder most people don't like to go to the movie theaters and just want to watch films on the safety of their couch. And mostly for other reasons. But of course, that just begs the question, what counts as a film? Obviously a structured story that either follows a 3-act structure, being abstract, lets the visuals tell the story, and has to be at least an hour long. Well, I'm gonna test that out by reviewing films that surprisingly no one's ever talked about. Nick Jr. films. Ones that I've personally grown up with. And the first of that being Blue's Clues. Now any kid who was around during the early 2000s knows about this series. Blue's Clues follows the adventures of Steve, his cool striped green shirt, and the animated pup herself, Blue. When Blue needs something, she leaves her paw prints on 3 items that give hints on what she wants, and Steve has to put them together in his handy-dandy notebook. It's basically a detective series that takes place in a single location with some educational stuff added to the mystery. Now I know that there is more to this series than that, but then we'd be here all day. So, let's begin this review. This is Blue's Clues, Blue's big musical movie. That is a long-ass title. We begin the movie with the title showing up, and wow, that transition was fast. We, the audience, enter Blue's house. We then get a hello from Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper.
Now we can really get ready for the music show.
We are really going to need your help today.
We just saw the title a second ago. We know what we're in for, guys. Then Mr. Salt notices a sound.
What is that sound? Do you know?
Snoring!
I guess I don't have to answer, because the audience answers it for me. So then, Mr. Salt asks if we can wake up Steve.
There's no time for sleeping. Will you go with Blue and wake up Steve? Excellent.
He gave me 2 seconds before I could even answer. Can Mr. Salt read minds? We then see Steve is sleeping and Tickety trying to wake him up.
Goose.
Geez, he must have been playing a lot of Untitled Goose Game last night. Steve finally wakes up and says the most odd thing ever.
What? Huh? Clue?
Ooh, is Tim Curry in this? You know, for a guy living with an animated dog and living objects, he still wears bunny slippers. Or can they talk too? We then begin with our first song.
Today's the day. What kind of day? The kind of day. A day. For you can be anything you wanna be.
Steve, aren't you forgetting something? He's gotta get out of his PJs.
What should I wear?
What do you mean, what should you wear? You've been wearing the same outfit for years. You're like a Shonen Jump main character who doesn't change his outfit unless a time skip happens. So I gotta admit, the singing in this is pretty decent. Except for this obvious first take.
The show of shows.
Great line read, Slippery. So, as the song ends on some jazz hands, Blue hands Steve his clipboard on the plans for the music show, as Miss Pepper sees that breakfast is first on the list.
Do you see breakfast on our list?
There!
Oh yeah, breakfast is the first one.
You're the one holding the clipboard. What, can't you read obvious pictures?
Oh, for the love! It's that one! Right there! Are you blind?
They then sing another song about having breakfast.
Pancake?
Berries.
And orange juice. I love breakfast. This is gonna be the
What, does the owner not feed the cat? Periwinkle must get like one meal a day. That's pretty sad. We then cut to Steve, who tells the audience they got a lot to do today. Yeah, 'cause 3 things do take an entire day. Then the gang talk about what they are going to do in the musical show.
I'm singing about being a captain of a boat because that's what I want to be when I grow up.
We're singing about being veterinarian.
Yeah, sorry, Shovel and Pail. You need arms if you want to help out animals. We then cut to Blue and Tickety, who are doing a duet about being a teacher in school. But then Tickety realizes she has lost her voice because she practiced too hard. She then decides that she can use her bells instead of singing. This is a music show. How are bells the answer to not singing? But this means Blue doesn't have a partner for the music show. You know what that means.
What a great idea! We'll play Blue's Clues to figure out who should be Blue's singing partner.
Because instead of pointing out who she wants as her partner, Blue's Clues is always the answer to everything.
Sing, 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 sing. Sing about any old thing.
Oh, I totally forgot that Side Table is a character. Where is she in the reboot? Also, while Steve is a great host, looking back, he did have his awkward moments.
In fact, that's what I want to be. In the big music show. I want to be a song maker-upper.
Nice wording, Steve. Hey, I want to be a filmmaker, recorder, directy when I grow up. We see Mailbox putting up posters, and yeah, that poster is efficient. No address, not even what the show is about. It's just pictures.
Why can't I ever find a clue like you? Yeah, why is that? How come I never find the clues first?
The reason why you never find clues is because the script tells you not to. Also, when did this become a big deal for him? For all this time, it's just now bothering him? I'm surprised he doesn't question how he can jump into painting Super Mario 64 style.
A clue!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to find a clue like you.
Did Blue just smack his butt with a paw print? I know it's on his notebook, but wow, even back then they knew about DeviantArt. It already has enough fuel, guys. So, as a running joke, we see Periwinkle trying to show the audience his magic tricks, but at the same time wants to try to show Steve his tricks.
Steve! Steve, where'd you go? I want to show you my big magic trick so I can be in your big magic show.
Oh, he probably meant music show.
I guess the audience can't tell Steve what Periwinkle is thinking because we can't ruin this incredible plot in the story. Also, I'm guessing we have this emotional side plot with Side Table, who wants to tell Steve that she wants to sing in the music show. But before she can, Steve tells Side Table that she has a job for her in holding hats for the show, because that's all you're good for, Side Table.
Steve! What should we do with all this stuff?
I think Blue has an idea.
Wow, his friends are really overwhelming him a lot. And of course, this leads to another song!
Together, we're putting it together.
Is it weird that I remember every lyric to this song? After Periwinkle shows us another magic trick.
Snap! Disappear! Perry Pocus Hocus Crocus! I made it disappear!
Wow, he really sucks at magic.
What? Did something happen out here I should know about?
Oh yeah, something did happen out here. Periwinkle was going to the audition for Christopher Nolan's The Prestige, but then realized they aren't looking for talking cats that suck at magic. So Steve checks off some of the stuff that's left to be done on the list, but then they realize they still don't have a song ready. So of course, they jump into the music sheets and meet a talking G-Cliff, voiced by the late Ray Charles.
Hey, I'm G-Cliff, so you're trying to make a little song, huh?
Well, yeah, but it's not going so well.
The one great thing about this series is that it's really good at teaching a lot of things. Not just simple math or letters, but other stuff like music. They are teaching kids the details of music notes and somehow make it fun. And then we get to, let's be honest, the best song in the entire movie.
It makes me move, makes me happy, got the groove. Ah, when you hear it, if you feel it, the music is in you. Get the spirit. Oh, I like this myself. Look here. I can't say.
Okay, G-Cliff, it's an hour-and-a-half movie. We get a movie along.
Come quick!
Wow! Oh no!
Come on, Steve!
Will you wait here and tell Periwinkle where I went? Great, thanks.
Boy, I'm starting to notice Steve is leaving his audience a lot in this. It's almost as bad as the cameraman in Wayne's World. We then see Steve trying to help Slippery, and ends pretty damn easy. But then Steve notices he doesn't have anyone for the ticket stand, so he asks Side Table to do it. Well, I guess we don't need those hats anymore. But then Steve realizes he still hasn't found the final clue yet.
Hi, Steve. Have you found that third clue yet?
No. I'm still looking.
Hi, Steve. What's the third clue? Yeah, have you found it yet?
No. Actually, haven't found it yet. Right. Still looking.
Wow, I can't believe I'm saying this, but his friends are kind of dicks. The whole trying to find a clue himself journey is really dragging him down. Cut him some slack, guys. Oh, I guess we will motivate him now. He finds the last clue. I guess his lifelong dream is finally fulfilled. He will make a great detective in the future. He heads off and goes straight to the thinking chair.
Hi, hey, how are you?
I didn't know you were going to be here.
What an odd thing to say. I didn't know you were going to be here. This is his yard and his house.
Side table drawer.
Side table drawer. Blue? Is that who you want to be your partner? Side table drawer?
Wow, not only did you point out the obvious, but you could have asked from the very beginning, avoiding this whole situation. But then, we wouldn't have a movie. So then Steve tells everyone about who Blue wants as her partner, but then he finds out that Side Table is missing. So he gets everyone to look for her, including Periwinkle, who still wants to show Steve his magic tricks.
Side table! I gotta find you!
I'm literally looking for you for my selfish needs. He finally finds Side Table being sad.
I could sing, I know I could.
Oh my gosh, do you have to sing about every little issue in your life? Periwinkle tells everyone where Side Table is and finally shows Steve his magic trick. But then the audience for the musical is starting to grow impatient and wants to know when the show will start. Also, we get a scene where Periwinkle realizes that it's not a magic show, and so, of course, he mopes about it. But then Steve says that he can be the opening act so everyone else can get ready for the music show. Convenient! So the music show finally starts, and it's just the characters doing their parts with some comedic bits added. Oh, I now know where that writer for Barnyard got inspiration for that one joke.
Now it's time for So Long. But we'll sing one more song.
Great punchline, Steve. They sing the last song, "We Can Do Anything That We Want to Do," which may have confused certain future politicians.
We can do anything that we want to. Take a bow.
And that's Blue's Clues, Blue's big musical movie. Watching it again after all these years, it's actually okay. It still has the heart of the show, though this feels more like a longer episode of the show than an actual film. The side plots could have easily been solved. Steve's journey into finding a clue kind of felt unnecessary. Honestly, I think this could have worked better if it's just focused on learning about music and the characters doing some really good songs while being in the musical. But what we got is alright, and it is a harmless little flick. Well, that's one down and two more to go. Roger D. Starr signing out, and I'll see you next time as we continue Nick Jr. Filmathon.
Thank you.